Love lives here.
So good morning, everyone, again. So today we're going to talk about a few things. Creativity being the main one, but we're going to talk about freedom and some more things. So the talk title today is Creativity is Your Nature. And Jeannie talked, she touched a little bit on that. It doesn't have to be music. It doesn't have to be, but sometimes it is. So, Will, can you go to the next slide? Sometimes creativity comes in the form of a book signing at Barnes & Noble yesterday. Next, please. Uh-oh, next one. Sometimes creativity comes in the form of a 6-year-old rocking out at drum practice. All right. Well, you can go back to that other one. So creativity is within us. So there's a power and a presence that is within all of us, and it is creative. So Spirit speaks to us in a couple forms, a couple ways. Spirit can speak to us through sacred texts and scriptures, or Spirit can talk to us or speak to us through our heart. So everyone carries within them a wellspring of creative energy, a gift from the infinite that longs to flow through us, me and you, and everyone, as purpose, as joy, and as freedom. So from the Bible, it says in Genesis, 1st chapter, 1st verse, in the beginning, God, Spirit, whatever you want to call it, did what? Created. And then we drop down into the 27th chapter of Genesis, and it says that what we learn from that is that humankind, in its own image, made in the image and likeness of our Creator. So, if Spirit is creative and creator, and we are in the image and likeness of creator, do we have any options? No. We don't have any options because every moment of the day we're creating. The option you have is you get to decide what you want to create. So, creativity is in you, and it's not something extra. You go down to the car lot and you said, do you want power steering? Do you want power lock brakes? It's not something that you have to request. It's already within you. You just have to open up, recognize, and start using that creative power that is within you. So Ernest Holmes tells us in The Science of Mind, the divine plan is one of freedom, and the highest freedom is the freedom to what? Create. Amen. Brother Earl. So this morning, I woke up this morning with songs on my mind. So it was 6:30 in the morning. And so I listened to The World Exploded into Love. That's a song. It's a good song. You should look it up. Write it down. Look it up. And then I switched on over to What a Feeling from Flashdance. I can have it all. It said, in a world made of steel and made of stone, you can have it all. And then flipped on over to Neil Diamond. And that song, I Am. Sometimes you got to go back to the oldies, and they're still goodies. He said something was stirring in him that was so big, it had to explode out of it. I don't know the exact lyrics, but something like that. It was so big within him that it had to come out. So today what we're going to do, we're going to embrace creativity, and we're going to embrace the freedom that it allows us to have. So guess what? Tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. Talking about a dream, talking about being creative. So tomorrow we get to celebrate the man and his legacy. What he exemplified was freedom, to imagine a better world and to have the courage to bring the vision into reality. Yes, we are still on the path. But if you don't think that, well, not even that. Not even that. It's just that look around you. The things that we use today. Someone had to have the vision, pushed by the vision. Someone had to create that which was in them, that was bursting to come forth. And we see that all around us. But when Dr. King declared his dream, it was deeply rooted in the American dream that this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed, and we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all are created equal. And so what he was doing was echoing the scripture from Genesis, that we are all created in the image and likeness, so we are all created equal. And we are endowed with creative power. Every one of us is endowed. That is the divinity that is within us. And so today, what I want to invite you to do is listen to the words and allow them to stir something within you towards action and towards your own expression of creativity. So the talking points today that I'm going to cover is created in the image of the Creator. Imagination, Rev. Jeff talked about it last week. But imagination is the womb of creation. And then authenticity, creativity in action, comparison. And what that does, it kills creativity. And just like the song, say yes. Say yes to the spark that is speaking through you, in you, wanting to burst out. Like that song, The World Exploded in Love. It is wanting to burst out through you as you. You are the representation of spirit. So you are not merely created, you're created in the image, as again I said, the Creator. And so Science of Mind teaches us that Spirit, God, is not separate from us, but is the very essence of our being. The very essence of our being. Ernest Holmes wrote, there is one infinite life acting through us, or through me as me. God's Spirit, infinite intelligence, expresses through each one of us in a way like no other. So, you do it your way, and I'll do it my way. And it's still beautiful. It's still worthwhile. So I was going to bring a mold today, but I forgot and left it. But to say that you are not a mold-made copy. So like we have cookie molds, and we press them in, and then we flip them out, and then we bake them up. And they all pretty much look the same. If we do it right, they all look the same. That's not who you are. That's not who I am. You are unique, unrepeatable. You are unique. You got it? So this is why your expression matters. This is why your voice is needed. Your voice is needed in the world because you're not repeatable and that you are unique. And this is why Dr. King could say with such conviction that all people are created equal. because we all equally bear the divine image, the creative spark of Spirit of God itself. So when you imagine, when you can imagine, and when you can design, when you can speak, when you can sing, when you can build, when you can paint, when you can write, when you can serve or act, you are expressing spirit as you. That's not the only time. But this talk is designed to get you thinking about what is in yourself that has been nagging at you all this time that wants to be expressed. I went to a women's gathering last week, and I was sitting next to this lady that I've known for several years. So I think we met probably in 2012. And she was part of the chamber at Menifee. And we were sitting there, and we began to talk about what is in you. She said she waited late in life for it to come out of her, and she's authored several books. And so we were talking about that book title that I came up with, that I had in 2012. And it's still not a book yet. And what she said is, don't let that idea follow you to the grave. It needs to be expressed. And so that's what I'm going to say to you. Each one of us is an individualization of the one mind, the one life. And your creativity is not your own small idea. It's not your own small idea. It is the movement of the infinite through you, but it desires your unique expression to bring it forth. And when we talk about imagination and we talk about the womb, we're talking about birthing something. And when we birth something, if there's anybody in here that's ever had children, we know it's painful. And it ain't pretty. But it doesn't have to be birthing a baby. When you birth anything, like that book title that I have, it's painful not to have written it yet. It's painful to me. There's an ache in me that's wanting to be satisfied. And I know that it'll be satisfied when I sit at my computer and allow myself to just allow Spirit to flow through me with grace and with ease. And then I can let my fingers do the walking over these keys. So the law of mind is a reflection. We are dealing with an intelligence. You, me, the intelligence within. And I know I sound like a broken record. Individualized expressions of the one. Creative. Every moment we're creating. And it's because it's true. So what are we wanting to create? I want to create something beautiful. I'm not meant for hard work and struggle. I'm just not. That's not my makeup. I'm made for ease. That's what I'm made for. And so I continue to create, to allow myself to create. That's why, I'm up in the morning at 6:30 and I turn on all the lights and I let the music play because something in the music is inspiring. And no, I haven't sat down to the keys and typed that book out, but I am creating other things. I am creating other things. So, authenticity. Creativity in action. When you are your authentic self and you create from that place of spirit, being your authentic you, that is spirit in action. Creativity in action. You don't have to do it yourself. You can just open up the channels and allow it to flow through you and become something beautiful. Science of Mind teaches that we must align with our true nature, with the God self within us, in order to experience freedom. That creativity is freedom. We must be free. We must be true to ourselves and that higher self, that spirit within us. And when you do that, your life becomes an act of what? Spiritual expression. Spiritual expression. And it comes out. You cannot hold it in. So Dr. King taught that freedom is not merely the absence of oppression. So it might hurt. It may be uncomfortable, but it's the presence of creativity, it is the presence of love, and it's the presence of dignity. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. So, is something pressed in you? Is there something that you're pushing down because you are waiting for the right time, the right place, the right circumstance, the right money, the right this, the right that? I was watching this one lady. She said, I took $20, started a cupcake business. Now she's in the six figures with that same cupcake business. Sometimes we're pushed by pain and we're motivated by pain, but whatever it takes, we need to be pushed out so it can express outwardly, whatever that thing is. And don't compare. Don't compare yourself to this person, that person, that person. Because comparison kills creativity. If you're thinking about, well, you know, I don't write like Toni Morrison. Somebody told me I look like Toni Morrison. Right, Suzanne? So, what we need to do is not compare ourselves with other people that are doing similar or the same things that we're doing, because it's not about that. It's about your unique expression and what you bring to the world. And then lastly, saying yes to that spark of spirit speaking through you. So my question to you is, have you ever felt the subtle nudge? Have you? Have you heard a gentle whisper? A spark of an idea that seems too big to be coincidental? I heard something one time, I think it was Prince, and what he said was, they were asking him questions about his creativity and the songs that he comes up with, and he made a statement, if he didn't take a hold of it, Michael Jackson sure would. And so it's out there, up here, in the ether. That universe is just whirling around. And if you don't grab hold to it, someone else will. Someone else will. So I'm inviting you today to allow that creative expression, to allow that thing that's been nagging and tugging at you, to allow it to just break free and bring it to life. Because what we know is when you allow it to come forth, it allows other people to see it and become inspired to bring whatever that is within them forward as well. So we live in a responsive universe, that divine intelligence that is always communicating with us through intuition, inspiration, or just inner knowing. And it's not magic, but maybe it is magic. Maybe we need to stop and say, what can I create with this magic that lies within me? Maybe it is magic. Maybe we don't call it that for the public because they might think we're a little bit strange. But maybe you make magic by creating that with that which is it within you. And so, what we're going to do now is go to our tables, and I put some questions on those tables for you, and have a real good discussion, and think about what's been tugging at your heart. And don't worry about what somebody said. Oh, you can't do that, and you're not that, and you're not the right height, and you're not the right color, and you're not the right size, and you're not. Because Spirit says you are. So let's go to our tables. Okay, so in closing, we are living as the image of Spirit. So from Genesis to the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, to the Martin Luther King statue, through the message is still the same. You are created, you are creative, and you are made in the image of Spirit. And so in the beginning, like we said, in the beginning, God, Spirit created and continues to create through us. And we are the center of God activity, that divine intelligence that flows through us, that our thoughts and words shape our reality. It's the mental equivalent that we all sometimes talk about. So what I know is that Spirit has imbued in all of us that creative force, not to be wasted. It is not to be hidden, but to be lived and to be shaped and then shared with others. So today we say yes. And as we let our life, in saying yes, we let our life be a living demonstration of creative freedom. So let your imagination birth new possibilities in you. Let your authenticity shine through, and let your voice ring out. For you are not separate from the creative power of the universe. And the universe is so big and so vast. You are not separate from that. Just think about that for a minute. I am not separate from that. That vast universe is within me. So we are the very place that power expresses. We are that very place in you, in me, that power expresses as love. Sometimes as justice, as beauty, as healing, and as hope. This is your nature. This is your birthright. This is your freedom. And so it is. Okay, so you still have your papers with you. Write down your homework. Your tools for thriving this week is spiritual practice, 15-minute creation. So take 15 minutes a day, if you will, and doodle, sing, garden, cook, whatever, anything, something creative. And then when you create that something, Don't judge it. Just make something. Don't judge it. Just let your creativity flow. I'm going to ask the band to just play a little something soft as we do the closing prayer. How good it is to be here this morning, to be here with all of you, to be in the presence of Spirit, individualized as you, the Spirit of life within each and every one of us. And so I recognize you. I recognize you that is inseparable from that infinite power and that infinite presence. I call it love. I call it God as well. Whatever you choose to call it, there's only one. And that's the source of all creativity. That's the source of freedom. That is the source of possibilities. We are inseparable from it. It is within us, as us, moving through us, and it provides an opportunity for us to let that creativity that is within us shine through. In Genesis, it says, in the beginning, I'm going to say, love created. And it created you and me. So as we embrace this knowing, this teaching, this truth of who we are, the Spirit of life within us, we can embrace that freedom. We can create from that place of unlimited possibilities. We can dream and use our imaginations. We can do all of this. So today, I invite you to say yes. Yes to whatever that is pressing on your heart, that wants to come out, wants to be shared, wants to be put out. Let your light so shine so we can see your good works. And in doing that, what it means is that you're letting the Spirit that is within you shine forth into creative expression. So I'm so grateful for this beautiful day. And I bless each and every one of you as you move from this place. You have travel mercies. When you go to your homes and you go to wherever you're going, let your light shine. How good it is to know this truth. How good it is to know this truth. How good it is to live by this truth, this knowing, this presence, this authenticity, this you, this me. Thank you, life. And so it is. All right, our affirmation. I am a divine creator and my ideas matter. Let's say that together. I am a divine creator and my ideas matter. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything that I do. I am it. I share it. I receive it. And I move it forward because love lives here. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Something